Hello, welcome to Spotlight on the Word. My name is Derek Danso, and today we have a very important conversation to have with you. Definitely, when we have the opportunity to meet you on Sunday, we always thank the Lord and also encourage that you share this program with others so that together we can learn, together we can share with you the Word of God. Indeed, today we have a privilege, we have an honor to meet some of the brightest minds we have in the church. Two gentlemen that are doing so great when it comes to the use of technology. Saa mmeranteɛ edi dwumadie soronko. Ɔmo de internet, ɔmo de technology aba, app development, website development, ɛboa asafo no ɛna afei Nyankopɔn adwuma ɛkwan bebree ɛso. Wonim sɛ Spotlight on the Word yɛgye brɛ na sɛ anim ahyia ade baako a yɛtaa ɛka ne sɛ Onyankopɔn ɔmpɛ sɛ yɛbɛdi yie nko a wɔ honam fam, honhom fam. Na mmom nso honam fam nso ka ho. Nyankopɔn pɛ sɛ, and one passage we can look at all the time is 3 John. Nti sɛ Bible bɛn wa wobɛtumi afa na wode me ahwɛ ntɛmpa wa bra yɛbɛkɔ nkɔmmɔ no so no. 3 John say in the Bible verse 3 1 chapter. For I rejoice greatly when brethren came and testified of the truth that is in you, just as you walk in the truth. Verse 2, beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health, just as your soul prospers. And there are several passages that talks about it. Once I will be say na yeti wiase mu no ampa Bible na kase ye mfi wiase de, but enema bebre wono ma etumi affect ye nyamesom ye kristosom enti se enya akwanya se enuanom eye enyoma eboa ma Nyankopon edwuma no ekoso pa. I feel so encouraged, and I would want to always highlight those things, because sometimes I ask myself, where are the people who attend the best universities? Where are the Christians who attend the best universities? The medical students, the physicists, the doctors, the pharmacists, the engineers. So the question is, how are they performing in their industries? If they are doing so good, I think it's encouraging for us to highlight it. Na yendi ho nkomo. Entimi nchekra me de enuanom no ebeba na yen nyina ya hye nkomo na se. But I'd like you to remember that yes, we're having an interview with the app developers, and they are not just app developers, they are also website developers, and they do other things as well. And trust me, when you look at some of the things they've done, you'll be very excited to also, if possible, work with them. And if possible, encourage them and help them to do what they are doing even the more. Until we nyoma ehun here say you need to your team. Now, me the nyoma so, but ebia na opese wo frɛ in na wo ka bibi kyerɛ say nuanu mi ana say opese wo frɛ na oni won edi nkomo. We are doing this live here, and whilst we are live, you can call in for us to have this interaction. And so, without saying much, I'm going to bring in live first. Ajiman Emmanuel. This gentleman, he's been doing awesome, and say we are on Spotlight on the Word, the app, IO Play Store and the App Store. He has a very big influence on this particular app that we have. And so first, let me bring him in and let's have a hi, then we'll go to our next guest. Hello, Emmanuel. Emmanuel, you are muted.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you doing, Emmanuel?
I'm great, and you?
By the grace of God, all is well. We are so honored to have you. In your Japan, I was Spotlight on the Word, Jimmy D. So and now I remember. Yes. Yeah, the app no home come, but I remember some time ago I suggested to you wanted to interview, and you were saying that you prefer to be in the background, you don't want to be in the limelight. But I think it's important to highlight this. Okay. Albert. Sir Albert, and so I ready at the second guest, and the anybody Jumano, your friend Albert Chala, Mr. Chala Akwaba. Now, Pumbo Cordier. Albert Pache,
all right, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. All right, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I was asking how you are doing and hope everything is fine with you.
Oh yeah, I'm doing good by God's grace. How about you too?
Oh, by God's grace, I'm also doing very fine. So Albert has also been doing awesome. He has been doing great, and we are going to also hear from him. He's going to talk to us himself. And Albert recently released an app on Play Store, and he also released a web version of it for those who are not able to access it on the App Store. And the app no, and it's so interesting. I had this gentleman call me to ask all the time. Say, Derek, how come we don't have a Church of Christ hymnal on App Store? Trust me, you can check right now. It's not there. And especially after we designed an app, Spotlight on the Air app or placed on the App Store, the questions kept on coming. Okay, so why don't we have a hymnal, a Church of Christ hymnal on Apple Play? Did I just say Apple Play Store? My bad. Not Apple Play Store. I said, Brian, say, you catch it say on the friend is saying, if say Nigeria for flag, your friend is saying, also Nigeria for Ghana flag. So it's I'm sorry. Apple App Store. Yes, the App Store. We don't have a Church of Christ, especially the Chi hymnal there. And for a long time, it worried me. And I was thinking, how will we get some there? As it stands now, we don't still have one there. But what Albert has done serves as a bridge. And with time, we are definitely going to get the app there. And so, enough of my talking for 6 minutes. Now we'll hear from our gentleman, and beginning from Emmanuel. Emmanuel, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, okay.
All right.
Good afternoon, good evening, lovely viewers.
Yeah.
As Derek introduced me earlier, I'm Ajima Emmanuel. I'm currently at Ajiman Emmanuel. My member Madaka Mudu Bako. Within the Emmanuel Kwame Ajiman.
Emmanuel Kwame Ajiman. Oh, so Kwame. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, at what point in time did you start working on apps? Was it something you had always wanted to do? Was it your life, something that you wish, say, right from childhood? You say, oh, what's that mean? Oh, no, be I can. I'm not cheap. That's all. There's all ton kuku. I don't know. But what did you want to do? So what did you want to do growing up, and why did you switch to app development and web development? Can you tell us about that?
Oh, okay. Initially, I had two dreams. I wanted to be in the army.
In the army.
And then I also have this thing. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
And I also had this thing for technology. So after completing
Hello, Emmanuel. We are getting some breaks in your network. If it's possible for you to work on it for us.
Enter them.
Okay, whilst we wait for Emmanuel to get his internet ready, I would like to pass a comment quickly. Albert is in the studio, so we'll get Albert in here. Whilst Emmanuel, if you are set, you can let me know, then I'll call you, I'll bring you back in. Okay, Albert.
Yes, sir.
Okay, please talk to us. What about you? Was it your dream? Tell us a little bit about yourself before you get to your the reason why you decided to get into app development.
All right, thank you, and I appreciate this opportunity for you having me over here. As said earlier, my name is Albert Kwame Chala. All right, we have 3 Kwame in the studio today.
Yes. Oh, okay. But I'm the best Kwame.
Yeah.
That's understandable, right?
Okay, so continue.
Okay, so currently I'm a student at the KNUST reading telecommunication engineering.
Okay, the
and
best
I
university
do
in the world,
worship with.
Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and
Yeah,
Technology.
exactly.
Okay, carry on.
Exactly.
That's very important.
And I do worship with the KNUST Church of Christ. And
Okay.
when I go back to the house, I worship with the Lebanon Ashama Church of Christ. So those are the two
Okay.
places that I worship with. All right.
Oh, interesting. And
So I think
Albert,
that'll be okay for. All right.
yes, this is interesting because if you are still a student, so how do you get time? And I know you're in final year. So how do you make time also for this?
Okay, so everything in life is all about planning, as you know.
Okay.
So the app that I recently released, I started working on it somewhere last year. I think December 15. All right. So that's
Okay.
when I started working on it. So
Mm.
I was able to cover the basic thing that I needed, as in the basic functionality that the apps need to have, as at the time that I was at home. So when I returned to school, I had to, strategize and put in the method as in how I'll be able to combine my academics and also be able to release the app on time. All right. Initially, I had it in mind to release it somewhere February, but due to one or two challenges, I couldn't do that. All right. So, yes, it's all about planning and know how you manage your time. And at the end of the day, you're able to blend the two together.
Okay. So before we get to talking about your app, I was just showing a bit of it out there so that those who are watching us can see which app you have developed. Albert, like I asked Emmanuel, what is your motivation for doing something like this? I think Emmanuel is in. So before we come to Albert, before Albert tells us about his motivation, then he gets into his app, tell us more about his app. I'll go back to Emmanuel. Emmanuel, if you can hear me, I'll bring you in. Okay. So Emmanuel can hear me, so I'm going to bring him in now. Hello, Emmanuel. If you can hear me. You are muted, Emmanuel.
Yeah, I said I'm back again.
Okay, you're back again. Let's go. So you were telling us, Albert just took us through his own life and where he is now and what he's doing. Let's hear you, Emmanuel.
Oh, okay. So as I was saying, after SHS, I wasn't able to get the opportunity to enter the military. So the opportunity also came for me to further my education. And then I chose where my interest lied. Okay. So I completed University of Education in Winneba. Oh, and thankfully, yeah.
That's very interesting. So you were at UEW.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. You're about to say something, thankfully.
Yeah, I said thankfully I was able to pursue what I really loved to do in life.
And that was?
Joining the tech family.
Wow. So was it something you had always wanted to do, or you just one day decided that, okay, you wanted to design apps and work in this?
Oh, I was really into electronics. Even back at the days in our home, I can't remember the last time our radio got spoiled. Okay. And I took the radio, opened it, and my dad came to meet me. He was very angry. I had this mindset that
obviously an African parent. Yeah. Obviously an African parent. And this brings me to the part where I think I need to involve Albert also. Albert, what is this not like isn't it like risk for you? For example, you know very well that spending time to work on these things, are your parents okay with it? Or when you started working on apps, I know it takes a longer time for you to do stuff like this. What was the feedback? Were they like, okay, did you just also get up and go like, okay, I want to design apps, and you started designing apps?
Okay, so I think before I came up with this idea of this whole app, this will happen. Back here on campus, I do help with the projection either here or when I go home. All right. Yeah. So one day I was there and I was thinking of ways of, let's say, when we stand up as a congregation, all right, I'll be able to use my mobile phone and control the Easy Worship software. All right.
Okay.
So upon thinking of it, like I realized that as at that time, I couldn't get an immediate solution to it. So I had to be thinking of other ways of getting things done. Yes, getting things done easy. So I started to learn how to build a desktop application, like with Python, and I was using the library called Tkinter, but it couldn't yield much result as I wanted. All right, so I got much interested in this apps things. All right, so I wanted to get all the hymns together at one place where you do not have to say install 2 or 3 apps before you be able to have access to all of them. So that was basically what motivates me. And in addition to that, back here on campus, I think Derek, you've been here before and you understand the nature of the campus church. All right. So what happens is we sing a lot of the songs, and most of the time, when we stand up, all right, most of us, especially those at the back, cannot be able to
really see the projection.
Exactly. So,
one day
no. You see,
continue.
So I realized that it will be good to get everything on your palm, where you do not have to basically looking on the screen before you have access to the hymn that you want to sing. So that was what basically motivated me into, gathering all the hymns together at one place where you can have access to them without any worries. Yeah.
Wow. That is so. The cue I get from your statement is that your aim has been to solve a problem, and by solving a problem, you created this app. Because honestly, I must say we'll get into your app, and when I look at the app, the first time I saw the app, I was like, wow, because it's like it steps in to solve a problem that I was thinking about. Sometimes, especially when you're a leader, when you're leading songs, and you mention a particular hymn now, like the SS, you have to also mention SOC, and somebody, either the person has the SOC or the person has the SS, and the numbers are not the same. The songs of the church or sacred selection, or even with the key. So when I looked at it, I was like, okay, this is impressive. And in addition to that, I also realized that you even have the search engine working. Sometimes, some of the apps I have seen, sometimes the search, when you try searching, it doesn't really respond. But that was something beautiful. So your whole point was to solve a problem. So this is not like so you've not designed this commercially before. Onton, you've not sold an app to anybody before. Is that what you're saying?
Oh no, not really. I haven't done that yet.
No, this is impressive. God bless you. Let's get to Ima. Ima has been doing this commercially and also for how should I say, non-profit organizations as well. And so this dynamic is very good with Ima and with Albert. Ima, tell us about your again, back to yourself. Both of you are Christians. You are members of the Lost Church, and you are all seeing problems in the church and you are trying to solve it. I'm going to concentrate on Ima for now. Then later we'll come to Albert, looking at the app you developed. Or the apps you've been developing. And so, Albert, we'll come back to you, but let's talk to Ima and get to know the apps he has developed and how it's helping and what to do about it. Okay, so yes, I think I can show this here. Ima, please take us through your creative process. You have designed several apps, and most of us have been using your apps even before we even knew who you were or what you do. And so, can you tell us a little bit about it?
Oh, okay. Thanks very much again for the opportunity. So, actually, I'm a lover of music, and back in the days at my local congregation, even now, I'm a songs leader at my local congregation.
God bless you for that.
Yeah. So I've been sometimes leading during church service, and then sometimes too I teach music. So I realized that we have this problem of not knowing most of our songs.
Yeah.
If you visit a typical Church of Christ branch, you realize that most of our songs that we sing, they are one way.
Yeah.
They be a omi domi yesu, omi domi yesu, and even most of us,
Thank you, bro.
and even most of us too sometimes don't even know the lyrics or the words well.
Yeah.
So those times I took it upon myself to come out with an app that can help others to be able to, like, at their own convenient times, go through and then be able to learn some of these songs, so that when we meet as a church, we will be able to sing and have a harmonious moment.
So, Ima, you're also saying that the brain or the reason behind this is also to solve a problem. You saw a problem, you try to solve it.
Yeah.
Okay. I will come to this. I would like to ask, why is this so important, and what would you tell the others that are listening? Especially, I know so many creative people in the church, so many brilliant people in the church who are doing excellent with their talent in other industries, but nobody really sometimes people don't really think about using it to help the church. But why do you think you should do this, and why do you think it's so important for you to do this for the church? Why?
Well, what I would say is it depends on the individual. If you are involved in the activities of the church or the well-being of the church, and you think about the church so much, there are so many issues and problems that we face as a church, but not all of them are being solved. We are just tackling the tip of the iceberg.
Okay.
There are other issues or other challenging problems that I think we can come together as one to resolve them. So I think right now the awareness are being created.
Yeah.
At first, most of us didn't care. We just went to worship, but then the awareness started coming, and then the interest started coming to help. You know, when Jesus was living, he gave us a commandment that we should go and make disciples. So if we will not be able to go, definitely we should be able to do something to help brethren who are ready to do the work.
Yeah. And I think that's perfect. That's perfect, because when I look at the apps you have created, the first one is the Church of Christ Tree Him Now. So with your aim of solving a problem, trust me, I've been using I use this app way before I got to know you. And you see, sometimes for me, because we are in this space of social media, when people need things, I don't know how, but people assume that whether we should know, I don't know how to say it. Sometimes when somebody maybe calls or sends a message, it's like, "Hey, brother, so I didn't when you app where and I'm like, it costs money. It's so many things, but people don't know. So like, okay, and because you're in a space, you need to try and give a response or something. But you did this and nobody knew you, and the app was out there and it was helping people. And didn't you feel like, okay, you needed that record? At least people should know that, how was that for you?
Well, personally, I always want to remain in the background to support.
Oh, okay.
So even the team that I'm working with currently, sometimes when we perform a task and it's time for us to present, I might be the team leader,
And a
but
brilliant
then I
student
will not
hiding at the
want
back.
to take all the glory. So
Okay.
I'll just be remaining at the background and then let others also have the exposure.
Okay. So let's talk about the apps you have created so far. I have a favorite of them. All the apps you have created, there's one that I like so much. So let's start with the first one, the Church of Christ hymnal. When did you design this particular app?
It's been a while, I think 2011, 2012 there.
Okay,
Oh, no.
2020.
Wait. Charlie, it's been a while. Time, but I check, yeah. Even looking at the time, it was
old
published.
man. Okay.
It's my back to
Okay. So looking at the app, tell us a little bit about this one.
Okay. So actually, okay, I've seen the date that it was posted on Play Store. It's 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 2019. But it was developed a long time later. And Sana was posted to the Play Store. Yeah.
Okay.
So let me also take this opportunity to like say this. I developed this app with my younger brother.
Wow.
He's not into now. He's also developing the interest for IT
to do this. Wow.
So the part that he helped me was we typed all the songs.
Wow.
And then collated them into a database. So he was doing that work whilst I was focusing on.
And this app is helping. So far, I can see 10,000 plus downloads.
Oh yeah, even till now, today, people called me because of this app. I've been receiving a lot of calls, especially on Sundays.
Wow. And the fact that when I went through all your apps, it looks like you have 4.6, 4.7, 5-star rating. All of them are very good. And especially looking here with the comments, he says, you young men are doing very well by producing apps for the existing collection of songs in the Crystal Sorenium. There are a few more apps for the songs. What we need now is an expansion of the collection. We have had nearly 200 hymns for a long time. The current collection was done by the Bomso Church of Christ with the help of, it says, help of Elder Kingsley Edu. I would love to interview our elder. One day I would love to interview him. I can't wait. May I encourage you to organize a workshop on Chi hymn translation from the sacred selection. The congregation should support it. This is a brilliant idea. I know this was posted in 2020. Nobody has taken it up, but somebody watching can take this up. It's possible. And
yes,
one thing sometimes I feel very passionate about is in your way, stuff like this. If you leave it undone, it hurts us because it's good and it helps the church. So God bless you for doing this. The second app here, and by the way, this is free, right?
Oh, it's free.
Okay. Yes, thank you. The second app, we'll talk about it later. I'm coming. We'll talk about that one later. What about this one too?
Yeah, so the English is just a replica of the tree.
Okay.
Yeah, so when the tree came, people were requesting for English. So I just took the same template, changed a few colors or a few things. And then I did it for the English as well. Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask, do you pay for hosting these, the hosting of the apps? Do you pay for them or how is it like?
Oh yeah, the initial payment, I took responsibility of that. But for now, it's there. I'm not paying anything on it.
Okay.
I built it in such a way that I will not be paying for any extra cost in the future.
Oh, okay. So that means it's your own thing, and okay. And
yeah.
I would ask further questions about it, but I would like us to go to Albert. But before we go to Albert, this particular app, the Spotlight on the Word app. Let me say this before you come in. Before we when we started Spotlight on the Web, there was a point we discussed as a team that we needed to create an app. Trust me, I did not know how to create an app. All that I knew was that we need a website, we need an app so that it will be easier for people to have access to it. I spoke to Anochi about it, and Anochi said, "Oh, there's this guy, Ketampo guy, he's very good. Yes, Paco, he's good though. So let's contact him and see maybe help us with the app." And we called you, and Albert was like, "Oh, you two, you want to do something to help in spreading the gospel. So you do the thing for us free of charge." I was like, "Hey, this guy, is he serious or what? How can you design a thing for us free of charge?" So Anochi said, "Okay, let's get back to you and discuss." And everything from hosting, and we've not paid a single dime since this app was created till today. And so sometimes people go like, "Oh, Derek, you created an app," and you're like, you have no idea how it came about. You have no idea, and it's all because of you, and we are so grateful. And the app has a beautiful user interface, and it's so user-friendly, and it's helping so much. But can you say something little about the Spotlight on the Web app, and what makes you, why did you get so much into this one for us, and why did you do it for free?
Oh, okay. I took the motivation from the text I just said about the Great Commission, about we going to the world to evangelize. You know, those days, I was also a rapper, Charlie. Near rapping,
Yeah.
so.
Wow. And this is your guy.
It's a time when you. Is it a Java boys?
Obedi Manuel to Aswe.
Okay, so I realized that when it comes to the gospel, instead of me preaching or maybe spreading the gospel, I wasn't doing it. I was just promoting secular music and stuff. And I wasn't able to go out there to even talk to a single soul. So when the opportunity came, say, more per app will be saying, I'm saying, oh, okay. So me mean to me could you not want to what they are? Me for my home day more. So nebeya will be our also where children will be able to have access to the gospel.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's what motivated me.
Wow. And it's been awesome. It's been awesome actually working with you and always working on updates, how to get this thing going. And there are equally other apps that you have created. This one, and later I would ask about the commercial aspect of this work that you do, right? I'll ask about it. But let me come back to Albert, and let's also talk to Albert concerning the apps that he creates. The app he just created, and I think that is the only one he has created. So, how many apps have you created, Emmanuel?
Personally, Kakrabin, I'm creating for myself. The rest are all enterprise applications that I've been working on.
Oh, okay.
So we've been building apps for corporate institutions.
Oh, okay. So if you put them together, about like 5,000 and 6,000.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I can't count. Yeah,
wow.
I can't count.
Wow. I know even having you here, I know it's always difficult to get you because you're always busy. And yes, I forgot to add, you design an app also, Daily Walk with God, Chariot TV.
Yeah.
Yes, I think I need to get it up here so that Daily Walk with God, that's a beautiful app also. Chariot TV's app on Play Store too. You can check it out as well. Okay, thank you, Ima. We'll get back to you in no time.
Okay.
Okay, Albert.
All right, sir.
Yes, before we have our conversation, I'd like to tell our audience that if you send in a live comment, we'll be able to pick it up. Wherever you're watching us from, you can let us know where you're watching us from. We'll be very happy to interact with you in the comment section. And if you want to call, please call in. Honestly, I don't know about you, but I am so encouraged saying Yanumi ASRD. to have gentlemen in the church using their talent and their own monies to do this for the church. You've been using this app on your phone. You download the ground software, download it. They've done it free of charge. They are here with us. Encourage them. Say something to them in the comment section. Let's know where you're watching from, and let's get interactive. So Anochi just sent in a message. It says watching live from Kintampo. Yes, and we have Napuna Joyce. She's watching. Thank you very much for watching. Nana Kwame, double hearts and 2 fires. Yes, thank you very much. Please, you can also send in your comments. Send any if you have a question, anything. Please bring it. Maybe you have an idea you think they can change something in the apps, make it better. Please let us hear you. Let us hear you in the comment section. Okay, and now to our gentleman, Albert.
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Chala.
All right.
You are a projector guy, and you decided that okay, projection, you want to take it to the next level. So you chose to design an app. Take us through this app. Yes, take us through this app.
Okay, so before I come to what is being shown on the screen, I must mention that now, first of all, I had Campus Church in mind while designing this app. All right. So at the very first or the earlier stage of the app, you realize that when you go to the two hymns, it has a reference to the English, that's the SS, the SOC, and also the ever version of it. All right. So the reason I did that was to help my brothers and
Mr. Chala, you just said something that I would like us to highlight. You have the SS here, Sacred Selection.
Yes.
You have the SOC here. You have the Chi version here. You have the Ever version, and you have the GAN version.
Exactly.
This makes me love the app, this particular app so much. The fact that we have almost the movie. This is super. This is super, and this is so encouraging. But you were saying something concerning the Chi hymn. Please, you may carry on.
Okay, so at the earlier stage of the app, I think when I didn't go live with it, all right. So I had the reference to the SOC, the SS, and also the ever version of it. All right. So the reason I did that is basically to help my brothers and sisters from the VOTA. Anytime we are singing, they will be able to have access to reference any of those songs. All right. So on campus here, when we sing the Chi hymns, some of them find it very difficult to be able to relate it to either the SOC, the SS, or even the ever. All right. So I did those references in there to be able to aid them to have access to the lyrics, so that when they sing or as we sing, say in G, they'll be able to understand it in their own language and at the end of the day be edified.
So I can see here, for example, this one, the Chi, Sergeant Kwanofra Meti, and you have the SS 352 down here.
Exactly.
Okay, I see. So Mikra, I'm not sure that I explore the app into details. Oh, okay. Okay, you have about how many songs? 207 songs. So did you receive like how should I say it? I'm intrigued. I want to ask a question, but I don't know how to ask the question. Like, how long did it take to do this?
Oh, okay, nice. So I think I did mention earlier that I started somewhere December 15th. That's last year, 2022. All right.
Okay.
I just got the strata in the as in the way I want it to look like. All right.
Okay.
So I started sharing with one close friend of mine to give in his thoughts. All right. And after he tested the app, he gave me feedback on how I can like restructure the whole thing and all that. So he gave me those suggestions. So I needed to sit down and also put in my own thought and see how best I'll be able to,
Do
I mean,
it.
code that app and for it to fit the initial thought that I had.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. I see. This is brilliant. So this is the sacred selection that I've opened right now. So this song, the Church of Christ, most people don't know how to sing it, but me, I won't teach them. It's not like I can't sing, but I won't teach them. So there are so many, and my one of my dad's favorites. I am dying, oh Lord. Today I use, and I must confess, currently this is one of my favorite apps that I've been using. I use this to lead songs at church today. And this was the
Oh,
song
okay.
that, yes, this was one of the songs that I used. And I am using an iPhone. You see, the iPhone doesn't, we don't have the app on App Store, but you can use, you showed how you can get this on your iPhone. And so I did
Yes.
it. I followed the instructions you sent, and I have the COC
The web.
hymns. Yes,
Okay.
that is it over here. Yes,
Okay, I see.
yeah, so whenever I go to church, I just click it. I have all the English, and I'm even singing the ever version. Yes, I don't want to. I don't want to. Like hymn number 1, I've been singing the ever version. Meda me na wo meda akwena mauga leve menunuta. So let's continue.
Oh, that's okay. That's it.
Oh, let's continue. Let's continue. I don't want to. Oh, my enemies will say that I'm not singing it. So this is it. Meda akwena mauga leve menunuta ne mebuta misanku zizo then I'm into it. Now I know what you did kind zizo hakoma zine leve vemele fizome ewo nusia nuna neme buta misa kuzizo so but and the girl version I've been learning it, so I would encourage everybody to please look at these apps. It's very important. And wow, okay, no, I don't want to leave the app. So basically that is it. Now I'll bring in Emmanuel also. Iman, let's talk about, you have an app for hymns.
Okay.
Albert also has an app for hymns. And sometimes people have this concept, oh, why don't you come together and develop just one app? And I think it is not necessary to create just one app, because every app seeks to solve a problem.
Yeah.
So my question to the two of you is this: will you at a point in time commercialize what you are doing? For example, Albert's app, for example, there I don't see ads in the app. So how would you generate income to always pay for the hosting? Or how will you sustain what you do if you don't take anything? For example, the Spotlight on the Web app you designed for us, we don't run adverts in it. So how will you get money to keep on doing what you are doing? Or you have other apps in mind that you think you create to generate funds for you?
No, okay.
Okay, I think that's to be right.
Okay, I think Albert, you should you can speak.
Oh, okay. So yes, it's actually free, and that is the initial plan that I had for the app. That I'm not going to run any ads, nor any other thing on the app. That's my initial plan that I have. So I don't see why, as time progresses, I should have a change of mind. And the reason I did that is personally, I felt like I didn't want to have ads popping up to disturb people when they are using the app. All right. So personally, I hate ads. All right. So anytime I'm going to a web, like I have an ad blocker that I use to block all the ads. So I want to have a very
you need to
smooth
teach all of
experience
us.
anytime I'm not.
You need to teach all of us. You never see a blocking ads. I'm telling you.
Okay, so like So like, yeah, personally, I hate ads. So I didn't want. I just assume it. The person using the app that I'm creating is me. All right. Since I hate
Okay.
ads, I do not want to disturb the person with the ads. So basically, that was the intention why I didn't run ads on the app here.
Oh, okay. Okay. What about you, Emmanuel?
So me, frankly speaking, initially I had a few apps running in
Yeah.
the app because back then I was a student. Let me go to
Yeah.
Mueha. So I needed a few funds to support the project. Yeah, but then when you run ad campaigns locally in Ghana here, frankly speaking, and yet,
Yeah. That's the
so
truth.
even though the ads were showing, I wasn't having the intention that I'll be earning something better from it. Yeah, so the ads are just there, but then Charlie, there is nothing. So I don't really care about the revenue aspects of it currently now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because by God's
And let me
grace,
Yeah,
continue, please.
yeah,
Sorry.
because by God's
Derek, I
grace,
think I want to
yeah.
add something to that.
You may.
Okay,
Oh,
so
you can talk.
okay, from what you might say, that's very, very true. All right, running ads here in Ghana. All right, at the end of the day, you start to benefit nothing, or like nothing. That's reality. So the fact that ads are showing on the app does not mean the person getting the whole money or sharing half of the income of Google with. I mean,
Black
with the
man.
developer.
Black
Yes.
me oh me who ads na me say akwano kwa kwenye ska me pa click it pa na ka me click it. Ah me click link I won't click it.
Yeah, so that's reality. So
I see.
so
I
in
see.
reality, it's not fetching anything that much for him. So yes, at the end of the day, people using the app should not have the intention that the guy is making huge sums of money and like they also need to benefit from it. But I mean, he's making nothing at the end of the day. Yes.
Okay, but so let me ask the two of you this. Now, this is what you do. This is business for you, and I always say this. Say, we are Christians, and I know after this program, you are going to get calls, messages from other brethren who would love for you to design apps for them, and I would encourage that if it's possible. Maybe I have to pass this information across. Especially with web development, we are talking so much about your apps. You also design websites. And for us as Spotlight on the Web, we are designing a new website entirely. And Albert is the one designing that website for us. And Spotlight on the Web launching new websites with new features. Yes, and in addition to that, now our brother Emmanuel Albert Chala, he's part of the Spotlight on the Web team. Unofficially, our brother Emmanuel, he's part, whether he likes it or not, he's part of the team, but he always wants to stay back. Yes, he's so busy, he doesn't have time, but indirectly, he's part of the team. And Albert is fully with us and he's working with us. He's doing so well for us, and he's developing the website for us. One thing that has always been my problem growing up as a member of the church is why, especially when you're looking for information in Ghana and in Africa, it's so difficult. You don't have churches running websites. You don't have churches having websites where they have Bible study materials, sermon, audio recordings, video recordings. Even with the video, by God's grace, now you have most of the congregations doing live programs, their live sessions. And I have conversations with some brethren, and they think it's not necessary. But they have forgotten, say now, the world is changing to a certain point where we have so many Church of Christ members who are in China who have never attended any local congregation before because they can't attend it. Just say follow online. So if you don't have websites where you have study materials there, till today, preachers still use EO, executable outline. Let me see if I can show that website. Anybody who has been involved with campus evangelism, executable outline. Obi a type evangelism, campus church evangelism's name. You might have come across this particular website, executable outlines. You never do evangelism, I know be but our website. Executable outline. Why? Because look, it has everything: Bible study materials, textual sermons, topical sermons, PowerPoint. Hey, topic. Why do we like it? Somebody saw a problem, solved it. Ghanaians, we don't have it. Church of Christ congregations, our website for Ghana, and do 3. If I'm not afraid, 3 Krapo Dawson. 3 Dawson. If I would pass this information, I visited one of the biggest congregations in Ghana and I asked them, please, sir, do you have a website? And they directed me to the IT committee. So I was with the IT committee. I know them and I was like, senior, do you have a website for the church? One of the biggest churches. And he was like, yes, we have a website. I was like, I have checked and it's not there. So if you have it, kindly let me see. And they opened the website. The name of the website, even when people search, they'll not even find it on Google. You get it? So it's like we are removed from what is happening online today. If somebody goes online right now to Google and search Church of Christ, if you are not careful, you will see Latter-day Saints, Church of Christ of Latter-day Saints. Their information never pop up sometimes.
Yes,
okay,
that's true.
And now this is coming from Church of Christ Legon, Accra, and because of my location, Accra, and this is from Facebook, not a website too. Can you see that? This is from Facebook. No, don't use my location. Oh, this is from Facebook. All the links you have at Chimota, these are not websites. It's a problem. I think it's a problem because we need websites where we have Bible study materials, sermons. People go there and they can access it. So, gentlemen, may I really ask this question? Do you think this can be done? And if brethren contact you to help them, obviously you use your time, you need money. Some kind of payment should be done. And I don't honestly subscribe to the view say, free. If for one reason or the other, you need to charge for the work you do, it is your work. I should be a civil engineer or say, we a church member, a civil engineer, but I'm a free of charge. You pay free things too much. And but maybe sir, do you think what I'm saying is a problem and it should be done, or what do you think about it? Ima first, then Ahmed.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's a problem because, as you stated earlier, there are no websites available for most of the congregations. And as I say, the work has become tedious.
Yeah.
Even the evangelism itself, we don't get people to go.
Yeah.
So if we can't go out there to spread the gospel, what other medium can we leverage on? That's the question that we should be asking ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, we will say we have the television stations, we have the radio stations, but then the youth these days are more clinged to technology more than any other thing. I don't even remember the last time I watched television. I don't even remember the last time I listened to the radio program.
It's not there.
Yeah. So these are some of the mediums where we'll be able to promote the gospel, we'll be able to post things, because there are so many lessons that sometimes if you're being placed on a program and you want resources as to how to structure a particular lesson, you might not get what you want relating to your local setting.
Yes.
All that you get will be foreign. So you have to sit down and then try to drive meaning out of it. But I come to think of it, locally made and as a locally prepared lesson posted online, either audio, video. I know most of our daddies are trying their best to push the gospel out there online. But I think we also have the responsibility to also help them, because Charlie, I always say that Now, if our old men and old women they are dead, the youth, what have we done?
Hello.
And what are we doing to also promote
Yeah.
the
And
gospel?
to add to that, Ima, before Chala comes in, you see, I have an issue with the older generation and the younger generation, both generations, because our old preachers, elders, leaders, they've done so much work when it comes to Bible lessons, sermons. But when you need to get these sermons, there's nowhere to find them. It is sometimes it hurts so much, especially OPBB part. You're preparing a lesson on, let's say, church history. You go to maybe in Samuel Road Church of Christ. They are one of the biggest churches in Ghana. Maybe Bomso Church of Christ. You search they don't have a website where you get these informations from, and you might think, oh, and yes, some people just go online and search, is there a true church in the Bible? Maybe if, let's say, a Church of Christ congregation, let's say a Palm Church of Christ, they have a website. Their preacher taught a lesson on it. It's on the website. They have their PDF, the PowerPoint, the video, well done. Everything is uploaded and it's there. The moment the person searches it, it's possible it will pop up. It's possible. No, but we have not taught to that extent. And I love the fact that we are having this conversation. Say we should do it, and it doesn't cost so much. And please, in church leaders, when we contact our brethren to help us, free. We can because hosting is expensive, and I mean, wow.
So it's not expensive to host a website. What's saying?
Price never saying.
To host a website.
Yes, to host a website.
Basically, you need a hosting plan and a domain.
Okay.
Then the person developing it for you might charge extra for website. Yeah. So if the person is willing to do it for you for free, I think the hosting and then the domain stuff might not be as expensive as people think it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
because currently I am hosting free websites for people.
Okay.
I'm hosting free websites for people. Typical example is Victory Vocals.
Okay, Victory Vocals.
So
okay.
Yeah, Victory Vocals. I think I'm even almost done with the platform, and I'll be hosting it for them for free.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
it's not all that expensive. Depending on the person you contact and what you want to achieve at the end.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Albert. Yes, with regards to the members and churches getting involved, getting websites, like the problem you just saw with your app. What do you also see with regards to that?
Okay.
Okay, so we can disregard the fact that we are now in the digital age, all right? Mm-hmm. And most of the information that an individual will search are all based on the web. When someone wants to find out the truth, the person may not be able to go to, say, a local church in order to find out. But when a church has a website, the person goes there, search online, get access to all those information that are needed. There are contacts of, let's say, the church leaders also placed in there that the person can easily have access to. So having a church having a website is very, very important in this age, all right? Because there are so many information out there that do not conform to the truth that Christ has prescribed to us to preach. So when a church has a website and they go in there daily and preach or writing articles that directs to only the truth, at the end of the day, it's going to help those who are searching the truth online to be able to have access to them easily. So it is important for a church to have, a website in order to help promote the gospel that Christ has entitled us to do. Yeah.
Thank you very much. And very soon we'll be ending the conversation, but I think these points are very important that our congregations, and you see, the last question I think I would ask, else I'll keep on talking and talking, is there are so many creative and brilliant people within our congregations. We have doctors, we have software engineers, we have telecom engineers, we have pharmacists, physicists, chemists, biologists, name it, economists, business, and very few people are thinking of helping the church with their professions. What do you have to say to them? And this will be the last question. What do you have to say to them? Let's start with Albert, then we'll end with Ima.
Okay, so I think Ima did mention that it depends on the individual's way of seeing the church. All right. So if you view the church as important as the work that you do, all right, you also invest in the skill that you know that will help promoting the gospel at the end of the day. So it's all about the individual and how he or she sees the church as a whole. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So that was Albert. We would listen to Ima on the same question, then we'll draw the curtains here.
Okay. With that being said, maybe I mean, say it depends on the person, and I say it depends on who, and I say it depends on who. We've all been charged to do the work of God. So no matter your busy schedule, at the end of the day, we eat, we drink, we sleep, we even have time to do other things worldly for ourselves. So we should be able to dedicate time and then be able to use our skills. That's why God gave us those skills. This is what they say skills, and I'm on as a one farm one Duma. What are you trying to tell him? We have great men in other denominations that they are using their wealth, their health, their know-how, their knowledge to help build the congregation. I'm sorry now, it's the people who are helping with their monies, with everything they have. If a church right now, I don't want to mention names, wants to build a church building, within a short possible time, the wealthy people in the church or everybody in the church will have that kind of zeal to help. Me personally, I don't know why when it comes to Church of Christ, some people are skeptical, even though people are working, but others too, well, so we will just urge each other to like put in our all, do what we can, because at the end of the day, we will all answer what we used the knowledge and what we used the wealth that was given to us to do. Did we use it to help promote the gospel, or did we use it for our own personal gains? I'll be that one there. So I'll just edge with every one of us essentially.
Yeah, that's very true.
We have to put in our all and then help push the word of God.
Yes, we need to do our all and help push the gospel. Ima, that is very true. And I'm showing the app that you created for Chariot TV. Chariot TV Media, the daily walk with God, especially there are people who like having daily devotionals. And some people ask, but you see, the denominations have created devotionals for themselves, and this is a very good devotional app for you. If you download this devotion, it's also free. The Daily Walk with God, Chariot TV Media developed this one, and Ima obviously was the brain behind developing this app for us. And when you look at it, it has articles in there, and it's so good. It also has links to other websites, very healthy and popular website by the Churches of Christ that you can also look at and download. You need to install it on Play Store. I think there's also an App Store version, right, of this. Yes, the Daily Walk with God. So you can check it out and also install it. It's very helpful and very, very good. So you can check that also out. I would like to say thank you so much Is Albert there? Okay, I think the moment we said we are concluding, Albert's network said, okay, let me end you guys here. So thank you so much for coming today. We really appreciate all the work you do. God richly bless you. I'll read some of the few comments that have just come in, then we would end our conversation here. Abe Solomon says, watching live from Brekum. Greetings to all of you. Michael Akewia says, very good work. Man, Chala, yes, Chala has done excellent too. God bless you. Interesting. I think that was one of the points that we made. Watching you live from Takwa, keep the fire burning. Ken Vision. Thank you for watching, bro. Michael says, God bless you, brothers, for the good work you are doing. And Nana Kwame says, please, admin, how can I get the executable outline website? You see what I'm saying? It's so good. The executable outline, trust me, it's one of the best websites. It has so many documents and commentaries, and it's super good. It's super good. In a subsequent lesson, I would discuss websites, popular websites in the church. I think I have a list here. In another video, we'll do it. Websites, Bible study tools, so many of them. I put them together to help people who want everything in one place. So we'll talk about it later on. But Ima, it's been awesome having you with us today. God richly bless you so much. We are very grateful.
God bless you too.
Albert, I know you watch this later. God bless you too for joining us to have this conversation. So we meet again, and we hope that the new updates will come. Please, the updates, I'm saying it on air, so please go and do it too. Need a chat place to have conversation in our app, and our what else? All the other things that you think will help us too. God bless. Your number, yes, your number, so that others who would want to contact you can do that.
Oh, okay. So my active phone number is 054.
Okay, 54
640
640
5340.
5340. Okay, and this
Yeah.
is Ajiman Emmanuel. Okay. Yeah, so that's the number. Yes. So Albert, okay, Albert is not here, so we'll try and put his number in the comment section. After he will see it and put his number there, you can contact him. He can help you with anything that you need. So thank you so much, and we appreciate your presence today. God bless you.
God bless you too.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, brethren. Those who have stayed with us from beginning till now, we say God richly bless you. My name is Derek Danso, and today we had a conversation, interview with the app developers. Yeah, they are not just app developers. We also found out that they design websites as well. And some of the platforms that we had opportunity to look at is what I'm showing on the screen. Just a summary of what we did. We also had our brother Emmanuel designing some apps, some hymnals too, one in English and the other one in Chi. And he also designed our the Spotlight on the Word app, and we encourage you to please check it on Play Store and App Store. And our brother also has other apps that he develops commercially. And we have our brother Chala also coming in with a new, should I say, app, which is also a hymnal. And you can see he has a Sacred Selection, the SOC, the Chi, the Ever, and the Gan. So you have no excuse for not singing at church. You can follow through with him. And our brother Emmanuel came in here on the Daily Walk with God as well. And so there are so many websites as well. And this one just was, by the way, executable outline. Somebody asked for this. So I think I'll drop this in the comment section. I'll drop this in the comment section for our brother. Yes, executable outlines. You can check it out. It's very, very good. It's very, very good. So thank you so much for joining us today. And God bless you. Next week, same time, 3 p.m. on Sunday, we'll meet to have interesting conversations. My name is Derek Danso, and this is Spotlight on the Word. See you next week. Bye-bye.